Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Quick look at SUI, see what's going on. We saw a nice bounce slash pivot off the support and demand zone. So it is pulling back to the upside here with distinct likelihood of continuation higher. We just got to recognize we're right in that point of control, that resistance range. Until we break above 225, I would not recommend taking along. I'm also not going to recommend taking along this weekend too, based on historical evidence of the last 14 trading weekends. 13 out of 14 have been red. We have a 93% probability of retracement. Now, some people will probably joke about that. It's like, okay, well, the more often you test, the more likely it is to break, right? Or the more we continue to try to be green on the weekends, we will eventually do it. But you got to recognize today's a profitable Friday. So far, we're in the green. 9 times out of 10, Saturday and Sunday is going to take all that profit and destroy people that are late longs on Fridays. So just be mindful of that. However, some incentive there for those who want to hear what they want to hear. We can see 130 to 140, sorry, 230 to 245 is that heavy liquidation range just above the local high, essentially giving us indication that further upside is still probable. So I'm not proposing we're going to see this coin just dump really hard. It may not do much at all, but we have a distinct probability that we're going to see some kind of pullback this weekend. Profits are inevitably taken on weekends in this current market. That's kind of how it goes. So if we do end up seeing that 240, 245 range soon, be very aware that you should probably take profits on those trades, right? However, from a liquidation standpoint, all the way up to $3, we have a lot of sparse and specific areas here of liquidation, implying that there's more momentum and likelihood of further upside. That's a simple way to understand it. Okay, just don't be naive and think that we're going to go to $3, $4, $5, $6 this weekend or sometime soon because Trump stopped posting tweets about tariffs for a couple days. That's just the way it is right now. Okay, it's a weird market. Take profits when you can. Congrats to our community members here for some nice profits too as well. Just kind of got to celebrate it when we can, folks. 32% on Bitcoin and 30% on our AVAX long there. So congrats to our premium and or higher members for that. So take a look here. Let's go and look at the daily time frame first and kind of work our way down. And I skipped this over. Sorry. Let's look at open interest just really quick. This is important to recognize. We have a big chunk of open interest at 225 above us. So once more, kind of reinforcing that resistance, but a lot more open interest below the price, reinforcing support too. Okay, so I'd really think that if we were to see a sell-off this weekend, we should still be able to remain above $2. That seems like a very strong likelihood rather. So daily time frame, this is one of the few coins that's getting closer to breaking bullish, but we're still pretty far away in all reality. We're under the 20 and the 50-day SMA. We need to be above 225 at the very least to be over that 20-day SMA on the daily. So that's just some cool stuff that's happening. We're getting closer, but by no means should you take a long to the metaphorical moon because of this. And if other moon boys are suggesting you take longs right now, I would just pump the brakes a little bit. It's not to say it's wrong. It's just kind of foolhardy doing so on a weekend / Friday. That's it. Okay. If we can survive this weekend and maintain the same price point, I think there's a distinct probability we'll see the price continue further up with a nice little bullish rectangle type of channel. Okay, we'll be on the lookout for that. But for right now, the daily time frame isn't telling us too much. We're still descending in the overall sense of the word here. Okay, now as far as shorter term, descending trend lines, we have broken for the most part free from this short term descending trend. So we're over the 20 and the 50-day SMA on the 4-hour time frame. This is huge for a transitional time frame, and I feel like that gives us a lot of confluence in the support and demand zone here, really right there at that 210 mark. So hypothetically, the price pulls back this weekend. 210 to $2 is a very strong consideration for a long. Okay, I hope I'm wrong and the price just keeps going up. By the way, folks, I'm not trying to bet against this coin. I never short this coin, well, anymore. I've learned my lesson there with a 50% success rate. That sucks. But either way you look at it here, everything is confirming on the 4-hour time frame that we're going to go higher, and that's a simple way to understand it. When we look at the hourly time frame, roughly the same scenario here. We're above the cloud, lagging spans free and clear, conversion lines over the baseline. These are all very positive signs. Just note, again, significant resistance range above us with that open interest / point of control at 225 to 220. Okay, so I'll post our playout chart on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord as per usual. That'll be available here. It looks a little something like this if you're not familiar. And I really appreciate you watching and learning. And obviously, you want to become a better trader. CryptoCash.tag is the site, link down below. Don't forget to comment. Let me know where you're at with your SUI trades. Are you long? Are you short? What are you thinking? All right, folks. Have a good one. See you soon.